What's up, everybody? This is Cohen and Liz from the training team. We just want to welcome you all to our live CES Google Hangout. We're down here to give a incredible insight into one of our flagship products for 2013, the Navigator. Well, one thing that the training team is really focused on in our concept is to foster a community of credible influencers. And so we really think it's important to give you guys an inside look under the hood and what we do to create the amazing products that we'll be launching this coming spring. So I'm going to pass the time over to Sam, one of our acoustical and advanced concept engineers, to give you an introduction.
Hey guys, so I'm part of the advanced concept engineering team, and really what we've been trying to do as a company is create a unique, memorable experience for anybody who puts on a pair of headphones. So we're trying to take things to the next level, not just be an average headphone company that's out there, but really do a lot of things that are going to be different. I'm here with Rex. He's going to talk a little bit later about acoustics, and really, the headphone has so many different components to it that it's a pretty cool experience. So I'm going to start with the industrial design. So when we actually come up with the ideas for these headphones, there's a lot of different inspirations that actually kind of come into play. We look at materials, we look at things in fashion, cars, furniture. A lot of different inspirations are actually taken into account when we start thinking about materials and selections for these. So as the ID guys start to come up with these drawings and come up with these sketches, we're actually starting the engineering process immediately at the same time. We can actually start modeling a lot of these designs that they have and start using a 3D printer to start prototyping pieces to see how the assembly is going to work, to see if if the materials are going to be clashing at all, or and really get a feel for how things are going to be constructed in the final headphone. And along with the acoustics, we are able to take those parts and throw a driver in there and start the tuning process, even right from the very beginning of the entire design process. It's a pretty unique ability to be able to do these things right from idea conception, and it really ended up with a great headphone. Specifically, some mechanical engineering parts of the Navigator headphone are impressive. Is the real material selection with the hinges and the slider mechanism. It's all made out of steel. It's metal. It's really high strength. Go through a lot of different processes when we're actually forming these. They're not just one easy to make. We're not just injection molding them. We're doing a lot of processes and machining to get the best possible engineering. So.
This headphone contains more metal than you'd find in a typical $99 headphone. In fact, I can't think of any that has this much metal or the level of quality of the components at this price point.
Okay. So I want to kind of introduce everybody else. So on our far right is Liz. She is our heart and core of our training team. All of the content and assets are really generated through her hard work. On my right is my main man, Rex. Rex is really responsible for the incredible sound and the acoustics that have gone into this Navigator headphone. Especially, we named the driver after him. This new driver platform is called the Rex platform, and the specific headphone in here is the Rex 40. So, I mean, you're someone special when you get a product named after you.
And one of the most important things when he's talking about these drivers that Rex has been designing is how important the driver is to the headphone, and how important it is for that driver to actually respond with the headphone. It's just like a high quality stereo system in your house or your car. You can't just take that stereo system and put it in a different room and expect it to immediately perform better. You need to go through tuning, you need to go through iterations, and you really need to position everything correctly. It's the same process in a headphone. You can't just throw a small speaker into a piece of plastic and expect it to sound good. And one of the things that Rex has really been working on that's just super impressive is that fact that we are designing these drivers and customizing them to perform with this headphone. It's not something that we just throw in. It's something that we're actually building from the ground up.
So Sam and Rex, how unique is this kind of process? The things that you guys are doing to create these incredible technologies and innovations for headphones. What is that, in relation to what we're doing, the competition is doing, or how is that, so special for us, or why are you, so proud of the work you've been able to achieve?
The software tools and the simulation packages that we've acquired in the process of developing Navigator, I think puts us into a league of really the top tier headphone companies. Again, the performance at this price level is just, to me, unheard of. We'll talk about the driver design. In order to create sound, you have to vibrate an object. In this case, it's a thin plastic diaphragm that's going to shake and create all the sound that you hear in the headphone. What causes it to shake is we have a coil of wire that we're going to pass a current through, typically from your iPod or music source. And then there's a magnet, and when the wire is exposed to that magnetic field and a moving current, it'll vibrate and create the sound. We want to control that process and make sure it responds exactly to your music and produces the cleanest and really a distortion-free sound to give you a really great listening experience. So we invested in some very world-class simulation software that allows us to ensure that as we design the driver that we're getting the best performance we can possibly achieve. And we did that. This headphone produces distortion levels that are on par with really the ultimate, like, world-class headphones, certainly far beyond the price point of this headphone.
And one of the great benefits about it, just kind of tying into how important every aspect of the headphone is that, like, we use a memory foam cushion and a soft, like, synthetic protein leather on the cushion sock, and it really, like, forms a perfect seal with your ear, which is one of the most important parts about listening to a headphone, and one of the most important parts about designing a headphone is actually getting it to fit. It's not just about comfort. It's not just about creating a headphone that we want to wear. It's actually about creating a headphone that's going to acoustically perform, like, with your ear. Because if that seal isn't achieved, it can totally change the response of the headphone.
Yeah, and this is something I witnessed firsthand. We talk about this every day, and as it was kind of going through the process, I remember you guys showing me and telling me. But I had an experience recently. I mean, I'm on the road constantly. You guys know I'm never in the office, right? And I absolutely rely on my headphones so that I can drown out those annoying babies crying on the planes, or the annoying people that constantly are yapping and yelling. And I was extremely surprised how such a sleek, smooth on-ear design could mimic the great over-ear experience you get when it comes to noise isolation. And it really is an incredible experience.
That's a really great point. I mean, a lot of people look at a headphone like this and they don't think they can actually block out a lot of external noise. But this is one of the best, like, passive attenuating headphones that we've produced.
Yeah, we've gotten multiple comments so far at CES talking about how shocked they were. Everyone asks if this is an active headphone because of the noise reduction we're achieving, and it's not. There's no batteries required to achieve this. Sam mentioned earlier that we're trying to maximize the experience. We want to create a great sounding headphone, but we want it also to every part of the experience to be wonderful for the consumer. So we've invested a lot of time and effort into achieving the best materials that we can. As Sam mentioned, we use a very high quality memory foam, and that's how we achieve our noise reduction in this. We've also used a synthetic leather material called a protein leather, and you wouldn't believe how soft it is. If you get a chance to come by CES and try this on, I would be surprised if you've tried on a headphone that is more comfortable than this. We'll also have these at listening stations that you'll get to go and try out. But yeah, don't pass it up. Put it on your head and just be shocked at how comfortable this headphone really is.
And one of the greatest things too is that you guys are here. So for all our fans, for everybody out there that wants to have an opportunity to not only experience Navigator firsthand, but you have some questions or you want to be able to wrap out with these experts, they're here for the entire week to do so. Like I said, it's not only important for us to tell that story on a wall or in our booth or trailer, but we wanted to bring these guys down here so that the actual guys doing the real work can share those messages directly with you guys. So I think it's pretty unique about that.
Another feature we include in the design, again, to make sure this headband lasts you as long as possible, is a removable cable. This allows, oftentimes in a headphone, if a part does fail, it's going to be the cable. So we designed this that we can easily replace this, so you don't have to replace the entire headphone if it ever does fail. However, we really beefed up. You can feel, as if you get your hands on the Navigator, the quality of this cable. There's a thick jacket. It's well protected. It's a flat cable, and I've got it bunched up right here. But if without it being tied up in knots, you'll find it really doesn't tangle very easily because of the flat design. We've also included a mic that is that'll work with an Apple device, either an iPod or an iPhone. Allows you to control the volume and allows you to take calls from the Navigator that work, in my opinion, much better than placing a call from a typical cell phone.
And one thing I think is really cool with the mic is, the redesign. It's great because the buttons are actually a little more tactile, so you can really feel the the plus and the minus. And for big fat fingers like mine, I can easily feel those buttons. So if I'm not ending a phone call when I mean to press the volume up. And the other great thing is for us active users, we're born and bred on the slopes of Park City, and a lot of times we're using this out of pure necessity. I'm on the slopes and I want to be able to control my music or talk to my friends.
Taking it back to like the heritage of the company where it started.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that I think is cool is, if I'm not in that scenario where I'm using it on my phone, but I just want to be able to control my music, you actually can control all the feature sets from, an iPod Shuffle, for example, completely hands-free. By just one click is going to pause and play your music. And, 2 clicks is going to skip you forward a song. And then if I click it 3 times, it's actually going to take me back. As well as if I am using, a touch or something that has voice control, it allows me to hold that middle button down until I, activate that, and then I can state my my command. So, one thing.
Don't forget to tell them about how you use the plus button to take your MySpace picture.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that Liz is projecting right now. So Liz is the queen of the sneaker shots. One thing that's she loves the selfies. Posting her Facebook photos. And one thing that's really cool is that the plus button on the iPhone actually allows you to take a photo, which most of you probably know that. But if you have that, if you have one of our headphones with our Mic 3 product plugged in, and you want to take a photo of yourself like Liz, or maybe you're at a concert and need to get a shot of the crowd, you can actually just hit that plus button and it will snap the photo as if you were clicking it on the side of the phone. Rex kind of mentioned something, about our headphones failing. Like I said, our headphones were born and bred on the slopes of Park City, and our users, our core customer is the snowboarder, the skateboarder. We live the action sports lifestyle. That's who we are to the core, and we expect our customers to go out and use and abuse the product, and hopefully, not their bodies at the same time. But unfortunately, that does happen. Like me, my knees and back.
Too many times. Really too many times.
But that's why we offer a lifetime warranty on all of our products. We cover both, 100% of if it's our fault, manufacturing defect, like the cable failing, or even if you do have a gnarly crash and burn in the skate park, or fall off a cliff and break your back, we'll still give you 50% off a new pair if it is your fault, or maybe your dog chews it up. To that, it's really cool to see, and amazing, for our industry, like all the things that you guys are saying, for us to now be able to say from the time that Pete Kelly and Donnie and Dave come up with an idea for an inspiration, whether it be based on furniture or an aviator sunglass, all the way down until it ends on the shelf to be done, born and bred in Park City, I think is truly unique. It allows us to seamlessly integrate a product that, when it comes to us, our best version of our own customer at Skullcandy, we know it's going to be the best product for what we want to use it for, and that is to be the most comfortable, durable, and acoustically, has the best sound quality for, the price point. And aesthetically really represents something that is very timeless in fashion, something that I could wear today, tomorrow, or 100 years from now and still look like I'm fly.
Yeah. I just want to add to that. I think Rex and Sam were just great examples of the integrity behind our product development process, the amount of research and development and time and money that we've put into making our products really bear that supreme sound message, and be the top performance quality products. I mean, your guys' mission statement is to create the best audio products in the world, and there's no limit to the things you guys are trying to do, and I think that's great.
Yeah, it's definitely an iterative process. Like every step we go through with the Navigator, I know you go through probably over 1,000 different iterations of sound, and hours and hours and hours of listening and measuring and going through all these processes every day, and we're never really satisfied. Like, it's a great headphone, it's amazing, but I think one of the important things about the company as a whole, and I think that especially like our engineering team, is that like we see like perfection as like attainable, and we're always going to try to get there. So like we're always taking steps forward, even as these products are being released, thinking about what we're going to do next time, and really making the best product ever.
Yeah, and it really helps, like I said, being the best version of our own customer. You know exactly what you want. So when you're trying to achieve that perfection, you know what the end goal is. We want to be the king. We want to make the best products in the world. But what is best? We know because we are the best version of our own customer. So really unique.
Working on this over the past year, we've really grown to love this product. I've taken this home every night to listen to over the past year, every single night. And I always listen to the same set of songs to make sure that it's getting better. It's getting better every day as I was testing it, and that by the time we got to mass production, that it's something that we're really happy with. We think it's a great sounding headphone. We went for a sound signature that gives us a bass level it's an attacking bass. It's very punchy. It's very fast. Sounds great with dubstep and other styles of music. But we wanted to create a headphone that didn't have great bass at the expense of everything else. It's a very balanced sound. It's got great vocals, a really clean vocal sound, and the highs are not harsh at all. They're not fatiguing. It's something I love. I can wear this headphone all day long at work and enjoy it. Still, at the end of the day, it's not something that's ever started to bother me.
Rex brings up an interesting point, just talking about it sounds great with dubstep, or he goes home every night and listens to it. I think the difference between Skullcandy and a lot of other brands is we have our consumers' playlist in mind. Like Cohen said, we're the best version of our consumer. And when we think about the kind of music we listen to everything. We listen to R&B, we listen to rap, we listen to country, we listen to jazz, we listen to classical, I listen to rock.
Liz, you listen to R&B.
R&B and country.
I'm sorry.
No one else listens to country.
Is there anything wrong with listening to R&B?
R&B?
R&B is the greatest. It's making a great comeback right now, okay? Everything but country was the response we got the most, though, when we asked people, what kind of music do you listen to? And it was everything but country.
That brings up a great point when we're like tuning these headphones. One of the biggest questions we get is like, do they only sound good with a certain type of music, or they assume it's only going to be good for hip hop, or it's only going to be good for this style? When you're reproducing like sound, like of course we have our own tonal balance that we add to it to balance the bass, balance the vocals and the highs, but that tonal balance actually creates like the natural response to how a headphone should sound. It's more than just like trying to put a tweak on the sound. It's actually trying to minimize any tweak that might be placed from the headphone, and really trying to create the sound in a way that the artist intended it.
I do want to say, we haven't ignored, I try and listen to every style of music because we want to make sure that this sounds good with anything that you could possibly listen to. Country might not come onto our playlist as often as other styles of music, but I do enjoy to listen to it sometimes. In fact, there's a song by the Zac Brown Band called Colder Weather that just gives me goosebumps on this headphone. It sounds so good.
And so just to kind of recap, this is an incredible product for us. From the ground up, it was designed in Park City, with these two wonderful I guess 4 hands. I'm part of it on a daily basis. And this is available right now. Go out to your local core shop, your specialty store. They retail at $99. We offer them in 3 different colors. We have a black, a white, a blue, and they're there for your just listening pleasure. But I want to pass the time over to Sam to kind of give you a little sneak preview of something that if you're down here at the show or you want to see something unique, he's going to let you in on a little secret what's going on down at our booth if you come ask for this guy.
Yeah, so we are about to release a really exciting product. It's called Crusher. Kind of have to leave it at that. It's at the CES booth. If you want to see it, we're not really showing it, but if you ask for Crusher at the booth or come find me, you'll get a sneak peek, but it's a pretty unique experience that you really have to hear to really get the full grasp of what it does.
It's really an exciting product. It's probably one of the most exciting things we'll be doing this year, and Sam's the best person to talk about it. So if you guys are CES, please come down and get a sneak peek of that. We've got some other interesting demos we could show you down at our booth. As far as our Hangouts go, next week or within the next couple of weeks, we'll be going into a little bit more depth about the things that these guys have talked about. Industrial design, engineering, acoustics, and quality. So we will do 4 different episodes sometime in the next few weeks, going into depth, bringing in people from some other brands and in those fields, and fielding some questions and stuff. So be sure to stay tuned to our Google Plus page to find out when we're going to be handling those.
Yeah, thanks guys for dialing in, and if not, catch us on YouTube or Facebook or our blog, all over the social media world, baby. Training team and the ACE team's out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.